Yo, we live on location. Me and the blackest one back with another NBA tap in. We gonna be here every Tuesday live on the Knuckleheads YouTube page. Is that the right way to say it, Black?
Yes, sir.
Okay, man. Listen, we ain't but a month into the season, getting around to these holidays. Before we get going, we want to shout out the fans. Tell y'all to keep subscribing up, doing that, hitting that subscribe button, run us up. Keep bringing the questions in the comments. We got a whole little fan segment question reserved for y'all to get to that, to get to the action, put y'all up on the Summer Jam screen. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we got that Josh Howard, that episode running. Check it out. So sign on to the page and check it out. Run him up. Josh Howard, our homie. But first, man, hey Black, what we doing today, man? On this tapping, we got a special guest today, man. We got
Yeah.
we got our brother, the 3-time six man of the year, who need to be on a trophy.
Yes,
Eighth pick
sir.
of our 2000 draft, Young Maul. Hey,
Yes,
hey,
sir.
hey. Oh, we
Hey,
got to throw the other caveat. He's now a big time announcer with the Madison Square
see, here
Garden,
we
bro.
go.
I
Here we
saw this
go.
man
Go.
walking out with the great Mike Breen, briefcase in hand. They walking out to call a game together. How that feel, Maul?
Well, he had a briefcase. I had a backpack. You know how I do it. But now, walking with greatness, man. It's a trip, to be honest with you. Like, I'm like, Mike Breen. You Mike Breen? Like, he just means so much
All those
to the
plane
game.
trips we took with him when he was calling our games, and now you fast forwarded and you out there calling MSG games with the great Mike Breen. Salute, bro. That's dope.
I
Straight
appreciate
up.
it, bro. It's so dope, and I'm just honored, for real.
Hey man, listen, let's start right here with we gonna get into it since we got Mr. Sauce you up, man. We wanna get straight into the bust your ass segment. Bust your ass segment of the week is like who we done saw over the
Okay.
last week that was getting busy and giving it to somebody. So you the guest today, Ma. We gonna let you go first.
I'm going LaMelo Ball. I know they didn't win the game.
Mm.
I know they didn't win the games, but it ain't his fault. What he's
Out.
doing, what he's bringing to the table has been
Ooh.
ridiculous. This is what's most impressive to me, Black and Q. It ain't just the points. Look at his assists.
Yeah.
And I keep telling young kids I'm teaching, the way to really unlock your scoring is if you're scoring a lot, make plays for people and the scoring becomes easier. It seems like Melo's already figured that out, and the wins going to follow. I just love seeing him doing what he's doing.
Young boy healthy and getting to it, boy. Who you got? Who you got, Black?
Well, I'm gonna go down there where Maul calling the games at, and I'm gonna go with OG, man. A big time 40
Ooh.
ball in Denver, man. Blowout. They bust their whole team ass that game, man. Nice game. But OG, you really expect other players to have the big time numbers, but man, OG came in and did his thing that game.
Yeah, that was a career high for him too. He went 40 water. I'm a go a little off kilter, man, because one of them games that Melo went crazy. It was against my Magic. Now the Magic is
Yeah.
we down young Paolo, who our
Yeah.
superstar, but in his absence, Franz Wagner, fellas, going crazy,
Michigan.
going
Michigan.
crazy.
He's
Yes,
killing.
call it out. Listen, the other day, 36, 11, and 6, and a step back game winner over the Lakers, put them down in their house. But he had a stretch where he was averaging like 27, 28 over like the last 8 or 9 games. But overall, since Paolo been out, he's been averaging like 20. But he an all-star this year. You can stamp it right now. He's gonna make the all-star game this year because what he's been able to do since Paolo's been down. And we about to get Paolo back in a couple more weeks now. Paolo is he the one now. So we got some special things. We third in the East out there with the Magic now. Respect it, you know what I'm saying? But let's move on. That was just a bust your ass.
Third in the East sound like 2 All-Stars to me.
Hey, listen. You feel me? That's what I'm getting at. When Paolo come back and get back, because he had 50 the game that he went down, so he was getting it revved up. But like, let's get to this NBA Cup, man. Hey, listen, I done fell in love with the NBA Cup. I know last season it was the in-season tournament, but like the way these teams playing and the way it's forcing guys to turn it up. I just love that the games this early in the season has now started to seem like they have this much more importance and they take them this much more serious. What y'all seeing out there?
I see something real good, man. I want to shout out the Houston Rockets, man. Last night they clinched to be the #1 seed in their bracket by beating the Minnesota Timberwolves, man. Shout out Ime Udoka, man. Them young guys down there doing their thing.
Ma, what you see?
I'm just shocked. I ain't gonna highlight a team. I'm just gonna highlight the whole session because when the idea came up, I'm like, okay, so they gonna just change the course and everybody gonna play hard. They changed the course and everybody played hard. So agree with it. It's been dope to watch. It gives it a different feel. The players are taking it serious. They're competing.
Yep.
And that part is the dopest because we want to see the best players play at the highest level possible when they're healthy and going at it. And to me, it's helped up the ante in the season.
Yeah,
Great idea.
Yeah, you see Golden State then clinch 2, and the reminder is that 8 teams advanced, 6 division winners, and then 2 wild cards team from each conference that has the best record and didn't win a group. So you look at what y'all seeing out of Milwaukee right now, man. They didn't hit 5 in a row. They 3-0 in cup games, and all, they got a big win last night. Dame Dollar showed up, did Dame Dollar things with no Giannis in the building. What y'all seeing? Are they seeing a little change of direction for their team with these 5 in a row, gaining some momentum and getting some confidence as a team?
It just looked like they defense done stepped up, man. How Shaq say the others, man. You see them out there playing big time defense. Dame is stepping his game up with or without Giannis, man. They just look like a overall team that's coming together and playing hard together and just riding through the storm.
Yeah, for me, they starting to hit their stride. And as we all know, things change fast in the NBA. It was all good just a week ago. It can happen. Somewhere bad, right? They were somewhere bad. They got somewhere good. And so you just got to ride that momentum. I think for me personally, I love seeing Dame beat Dame. Like, he came there to beat Dame. He didn't come there to just take a back seat. He came there to work as a partnership with Giannis in Milwaukee. And it seems like, even though Giannis didn't play last night, it seemed like he's finding his groove, which has been fun to see.
Yeah,
man. Let's talk about them Lakers, man. They didn't lost 3 in a row, man. Another loss to the Suns last night. Like Phoenix getting that KD and Bill back, turned into a different squad. But before we get to the Suns, what we seeing with the Lakers go on, man? You see they didn't have a down last, quick three game drop.
I'm not, I ain't a big fan of the Lakers. So I don't really know what too much to say about them. I just think they're a mediocre team. I don't think they made enough moves to be in championship contention. They in the wild, wild west. That's one of the hardest divisions just to be in, and I just feel like they subpar. They're going to end up between 6 and 10, I would say, at the end of the year.
Okay, you looking at them like
they started with such a buzz and was rolling. They're definitely playing a different style. Like, you see more movement, you see more people being involved. You see, it isn't just like come down, pass to one person, or come down, go ISO. It's more movement. Everybody's in the flow. But right now, it feels like they're going through a rough stretch. Phoenix, to me, is going to come out the West. I said that in the beginning, so that wasn't a bad loss. The Orlando loss was a tough one because they knew this trip was coming up, so they kind of had to get it. And Franz just stepped out like a gangster. He stepped out. He said, "I don't want the 2. I'm going," and start walking off after he shot it. I said,
they got a lot of nicknames, man. The Berlin Ballers, the Brothers Wagner. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to call it. Franz and Mo Wagner have been big time since Paolo went down. You ain't seen a brother duo do it like this. So shout out them boys.
Yeah, but I appreciate the Lakers and what they're doing. They definitely look like a different team. I still think it's they need to make a trade. Like, they should have been made a trade. I don't know if it's D'Lo. I don't know if it's Austin Reeves. They need something to give a different type of spark, because the same thing that they had the last 2 years is just he can't get over the hump. But you can see that JJ is doing a great job, because the movement, like Jay said, the movement and everything about it is better. But like I say, you in the wild, wild west, and teams over there is not playing.
Yeah, man.
They're at least 12 deep.
But D-Miles, to add on to what you just said, and Q, this is crazy. Going to last night, they had the exact same record from this point last season to the point right now. It's crazy.
That's what's crazy. Y'all send those messages in the comments. I see y'all with the questions and comments. Hey, Mo, I want to get your thoughts on the Suns, though. You did pick them. You picked them on the first one, the NBA season preview. You said right here, I got Phoenix coming out. What you seeing from them so far? I mean, obviously they started off hot. Then with the injuries, they dropped a couple, but then last night they back looking like it again.
Yeah, I got them coming out the West. For me, it's official. That's just my pick. I think right now it's what they're doing off the court. Bud has brought a lot of movement. He's brought a lot of organization to what they do. But Tyus Jones, You
Tyus
know, he's
Jones
the
is
guy, I
huge.
think, the unsung MVP because he allows those guys to do what they do best. And he's not, you know, he's orchestrating. He's not just playing, he's orchestrating. Oh, you got it. He's giving balance. And I think their relationship has grown. Book, Brad, and KD's relationship, it feels like if you hear KD's mic'd up, he's like, yeah, Book, take him. Okay, Juan, I see you. Okay, Brad. Like that goes a long way.
Yeah.
When Golden State was winning, they also led the league in high fives, handshakes. That shows you're connected. You know what I'm saying? And I can see that with Phoenix right now.
No,
Yeah, I gotta agree with you. Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that. Them boys out there looking good, especially when they play together. It's just a whole nother level, and yeah, they're gonna be scary.
Hey, a surprise team right now in the cup though is Detroit. The Pistons out there 2-0 with a +4 differential. What y'all seeing out of them? I'm gonna say this though, because I saw a comment last night from Ivy, and he was talking about him and Cunningham as a backcourt in this league, saying what they can be and how they believe in themselves. Like, what's your look? How do you look at them and view them as a backcourt in the league, Ma? Them two young boys, they both gangsta out there. They just young.
They young, and I love that they're doing it together. You know, when we was coming up, if there was somebody at your position because it wasn't positionless basketball, I'd be like, man, oh no. You know what I'm saying? It felt different, but with them, they're doing it together. They're absolutely playing for each other. And in the game, when they can figure out how to win late, because games get close and games are decided the last couple of minutes, you got two dudes who are playmakers. They're not just scorers, they're playmakers for themselves and for everybody else. So if you got two dudes that can do it like that, it makes your team better and gives your team a chance. But I love what I'm seeing from those two.
Yeah, I'm sad that they got rid of Monty, but shout out to JB, man. JB over there gave them a different spark.
Looking different.
They over there playing hard. They competing every night, and that's all you want from a young team, to compete. You know what I'm saying? That's how you build up for years and years to come.
Hey, tell me this, man. What y'all think about? I'm gonna just say it. I don't know what it's gonna look like, but I don't like the new All-Star thing, bro. Like
I don't even know
breaking
what
it
it
up
is.
into team. They breaking it down into 3 All-Star teams, and then the fourth team is gonna be like the winner of the Rising Stars. So it's like gonna be 4 or 5 different, like, bro. Bring back East versus West, and the superstars challenge each other to go hard and play and compete against each other. I don't know why we doing all of this other stuff. What's your thoughts on this with them breaking it up and it's 3 teams and all of that? What y'all think?
I really didn't mind the picking the team. That really didn't bother me. What I have a problem with is just the play hard. You throw the ball out there and just like, why I gotta be a whole gimmick or a trick to get everybody to play hard or to get down. You the best in the world. You should be playing hard. So anything else they come up with is just like, I'm definitely not down with it. If it's not just throwing the ball out there and picking the all-stars, it's gonna be funny to see the rising stars out there playing against the real all-star. It's something that you separate yourself from. You know, when you make the all-star team, you part of a special group. When you ain't part of that special group and you adding other stuff on, it's like a gimmick, you know?
Yeah, for me, I think honestly, if you look at the pattern of what's been going on from guys picking like it was on the playground, picking the guys to this format, that format, they're searching, right? And they're trying to do something to make it more competitive. I know last year when I was covering the rookie sophomores in the G League, they took it serious and it was shorter bursts. Like, okay, my team won. Hopefully it works in this situation. But I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, and it just so happens I'm wearing a T-shirt. The All-Star game's been down since Kobe left the league. He set the tone with how he's gonna compete, what it meant to be an All-Star, what the responsibility came with it. It's supposed to be the best players in the world at the highest level going at it. That's what we want to see. We don't need no gimmicks. We don't need nothing else if they do that. And that's the bottom line. That's just what it is. That's the truth. That's real rap. That's what we grew up on.
You just said it, Ma. Those guys, the LeBrons, the alphas, the superstars in the league, when they get to those games, like Kobe set a tone. You got to set that tone and challenge people like, yo, we about to go out here and handle business. Like, yeah, this all-star, this fun, it's this. But like when we get out here, it gets to a point where we got to compete. We got to really do this.
Yeah. That's why we are, right? That's what separates. And I love, we're trying, we're searching, but let's just call a spade a spade. Like, let's just set the tone with the best players. Maybe they should have less responsibility on the weekend. Maybe it's one event they have to go to, and that's it. Maybe it's something else they have to go
They
to.
done gave them extra days on the whole thing. After All-Star, they still get like
That's
that
a
extra couple days, which Kobe
that's
and them,
a
most of them guys never got the luxury of having that. They
But
had
some,
to get right back to it after putting it down for real.
but sometimes I feel like when you it's like you trying so many tricks that it's making the players even more like fuck this shit, or like I don't care about going as hard as what I want to go with. Like I feel like it's just stay simple, like stay simple and just do the more encouraging. But when you start adding extra tricks, it's still like, man, I don't want to do this, or man, I don't want to do that. What about them all-stars that's gonna play against the rising star? They're gonna be looking like, man, I ain't finna get out here and play hard against them. You know what I'm saying? When you start too many tricks, it just I feel like it adds fuel to the fire.
I'm gonna be right there in front of my. No, we'll actually be at All-Star, so I'll be right there watching and.
Yeah, you big
how
time. You gonna be at All-Star. You don't do that. You gonna be right there. Don't do that. Y'all big time.
And here he goes, the most big time. Our brother. Okay, that's cool. We gonna see you there though.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there. Not the same seats. I'm gonna be up high. You're gonna be real low, but I'll be there. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jamal Crawford will be somewhere walking around on the court. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but Maul got to get out of here, man. We want to appreciate you and thank you for popping
Appreciate
in
you, bro, man.
Right now. This one of the friends of the show, friends of the program, our brothers. So you never know when young Maul might pop up on.
Hey, I'm gonna start inviting myself. I'm family now at this point.
Man.
He fixed his own plates. That's how he go get water and juices out the refrigerator. He don't ask no questions. He know where everything is.
Just walk in the house, you know.
Salute, young Maul. Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you, bro.
Already.
Hey man, we still seeing all of the questions and everything y'all throwing up there. We gonna get to it, but we gonna get back to that. Hey, listen. Talk about right now. We talked about what do you think you seeing going on with the Denver Nuggets, Black? You seen, Michael Malone is a nonsense coach, and he came out and just kept it a buck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it would be nice if guys play like they cared. Like, he's not gonna sugarcoat nothing. He's a straight shooter. Like, he not liking what he's seeing. He's not, obviously not liking the effort and the way that his team is playing, and it's showing out on the court with the way the product they putting out there. What you think going on out there in Denver right now?
I think it started when they didn't bring Bruce Brown back. I think that started there when you had that recipe. The same way when you seen the Lakers winning in the bubble, you kind of wanted to see that full team and full roster come back and compete again and kind of defend it. But after that, then you lose Caldwell Pope. You changing the recipe up. You ain't putting the same spices in the pot that you was putting in before. So now you bringing all these other guys in. Not saying there's nothing wrong with the other guys, but the chemistry is not there. The bond is not there. Like that year that they won a championship, they really looked like it was them against the world. I'm talking about coaching staff, players, everything. It was like them against everybody. They was locked in, and when you kind of change that recipe, it gets to that point. Guys are not fully 100% healthy. They don't have the same identity no more. Of like we used to see the Denver Nuggets, and we know what they finna do, but we don't know what's going on over there. Like it's just. It's turned into a shit show, and they're not looking like the Denver Nuggets that we just seen 2 years ago win the championship.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I feel like losing Bruce Brown and KCP consecutive years was a part of it, because that was a part of that mentality and that identity that Coach Malone is speaking to, acting like you care. That to me, that's saying play hard.
Yeah,
that's two things. Them two guys,
two defenders too.
Two
defenders
when you talk about
too.
Playing hard, most of the time you talking about on the defensive side of the floor.
Yeah,
and this is what those two dudes did, and that was they strong suit. So they brought energy. They played hard. They didn't necessarily need to have the ball or get the ball on offense, but they provided that motor for the team that they needed. And I like the young boy Christian Brown. I think he brings a lot of that. But clearly they still need more of that. I like Peyton Watson, who's a step up.
Too.
Our young fellow who brings energy and different things. But somewhere along the line, I know Aaron Gordon being out has a big part of that, because
definitely
he covers a lot of, mistakes on the court on both ends just because of his versatility and the amount of things that he could do and
Yeah.
the gaps he can fill. But when Coach Malone comes out and starts saying something like that, like I pay close attention because he's not a guy that just says stuff for fanfare or something like that. He keep it real most of the time, and if not all the time. So that did raise some eyebrows for me. So I'll be looking to see how they try and change this thing around.
Yeah. I
Right
love
now,
Westbrook over there though. I got to say that.
The Brody,
Anywhere
yeah.
the Brody go, one thing you're gonna get a solid dude and a hard working player,
Yeah, he
man.
gonna play
And
hard
not
as hell.
scared to speak his mind and gonna be straight and forward with you, man. But shout out to Brody, man.
Yes, sir. Like today, if the playoffs started today, Black, the Minnesota Timberwolves would be out.
Yeah.
Like, what's your thoughts on that? Can you even believe that? And where do they go from here?
They I don't know specifically what the point at. They don't look as big as they looked with Carl Anthony and Big old Bert down there. They look like a big lineup, outside of Mike Conley. Defensively, they don't look the same. Um, it's just something that they are missing. They don't have the it factor how they had last year. It's like they playing individual ball. It's like your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn type ball. It's not together. It's not as a unit. They gonna have a lot of figuring out to do. And luckily this is just the first month. We just in the first month, so I don't want people to panic. But man, this starts a long, hard season when you kind of fucking up too early.
Nah, I agree. I feel like you said, they're going through that process of like figuring these new pieces we got out, figuring them out, and it's like we know what Julius Randle is. He's a scorer. He's a get the ball. I can create my own shot. I can do my own thing. I can get buckets. They have to find out. They have to figure out how to play around that, and he has to figure out how his game can better mesh with the way they already used to playing. Because you seen the one play where Rudy Gobert got the 3 seconds calling for the ball, and then him and
Yeah.
Julius got the back and forth, and you know that doesn't happen after one play. Black, you and I know that doesn't
Yeah.
happen the first. That happens from something
No,
happening
that was
over and
over
over and
and over
over,
again.
and
Like
now
that's
this guy's getting
frustration.
frustrated, right? So
Yeah.
like that's part of what you have to as a when you get a team and you have new pieces come in, especially a piece as dynamic as a Julius Randle, who can go and
Mm-hmm.
who's legitimately averaged 20, 25, and upward of 25 points per game in his league. In his mind, he knows what he brings to the table, but they still have to be in a more collaborative effort to try and figure out the best way
He
showcase
definitely did.
Ant-Man, Julius, and everybody else falling in line.
But he supposed to pass them that ball. Fuck that. He supposed to pass them that ball. I understood what was going on, and I understood Gobert. Like, hey, I ain't saying I get the rock on the post all the time, but
look,
I got him
little man
under
right
the
now.
goal. Like, pass the ball. But that shows a great team and what's going on in that. Like if they were so unselfish with each other and it was a team thing, he would have passed him the ball. He should have passed him the ball. That's just being real.
Hey, that is hilarious, bro. So he supposed to pass on the ball. Hey, listen, what you think about Big Zion firing his agent in the middle of everything going on, and they talking about clauses in his contract and all of this stuff, and they saying he could lose money because of the call. If he got clauses in his contract that say that for whatever reason he could lose money, like I'm not here to call for nobody getting their job taken, but like clearly we get graded and and we here to talk about how guys are producing and how they playing on the court. So like if we gonna look at this agent, I don't know who he is and what his name is or whatever, but if he put stuff in Zion Williamson's contract when he should have got just the flat out super duper max to the max with no nothing, if you put clauses in there, like come on, bro, you didn't do a very good job, right or wrong.
Man, Zion been hurt a lot since he's got in the league. And if I'm an owner, I wouldn't want to sign him without certain kind of clauses in the contract.
Right.
Like that's a smart business move for the organization and for the team. I don't think it's his agent fault because they come in like, look, we'll give him all the money, but we need clauses. We need him to play a certain amount of game. We need him doing this. It's like NFL with Deshaun Watson. We gave you all this money and we ain't really got nothing back from it.
Hey, listen, this is the difference between all of that. Well, the situation you talking about is Zion Williamson, who is a super duper star in this league,
He
and
is.
and you talking about a team in New Orleans who don't get that, and most of them leave. So if
Yeah.
I'm his agent, I'm not coming in for no clauses. Either you take and give him everything, or we walk. You know everybody want him. If we walk, I'm gonna go get the max from somebody.
But he signed the contract though.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's
We offered the clause. If he would have said no, I'm not signing that from the clause, we wouldn't even be having this
but that's
conversation.
that's that's why I'm saying the agent didn't perform to the highest. Okay, this is the best way I could put it. Our agent, Jeffrey Wexler, what the hell gonna happen? Ain't no clause, ain't no nothing, and he getting all the money. Stop playing with me. Jeff gonna get that bad. That's what he was supposed to do. Like when you got the upper hand, he in a
Yeah, but
situation of power.
that's a lesson for these players. Like the agent works for you,
You
not
should.
you work for the agent.
I
That's a
don't know how we
decision
we.
that he should have made himself. Like, yeah, I don't feel comfortable signing that. And if they feel like I gotta do that to sign this contract, I would just play out my into my I'm a free agent.
We don't
That's
never know
that's
the
stepping up. That's stepping up and being a man, and you have to make man decisions for yourself. Like
I don't.
that's not the agent's fault.
I mean, we don't know that. We don't know the ins and outs. But I'm just saying, just from the situation, like the agent is the one who negotiates and sets up the contract for us, right?
Yes.
At no point is Jeff gonna bring to us this crazy situation like that when you're Zion. Like if I'm Zion and I got all of this leverage on me, ain't no clause. You either take this full maxed out guarantee or you don't. And I get what you're saying as far as like the player has a decision. We don't know how that went. I'm just saying from the standpoint
As
as
an
the
agent, he
agent,
definitely should have explained it to him
we
in
don't
a
know if
better
he did
way
or
that
didn't.
he
I'm
can
just saying,
comprehend it,
nah,
right?
as an agent, he shouldn't have never brought that deal to him. If that's what happened, he should have never did it. He should have went back to the before you come to Zion. I'm talking to the organization, telling them I'm not taking this deal. Either you give me a full everything maxed out, no clause, or I ain't even going to him with this. We're not doing that because everybody else is about to get him the big boy max with none of this stuff you talking about.
Yeah,
That's the
that's
position
true.
of power. That's all I'm saying is like after
Yeah,
that, when they get together and they talk about, we don't know what happened. What I'm saying, just from the posturing position, this is Zion. All of the
yeah,
stuff that we reading and we watching is like they gotta do this because they can't afford to have him walk because they
man.
ain't getting no another Zion.
I wanna see that kid play in the playoffs and play a whole season so bad.
Cause he gonna go
Like
crazy. Whenever he out there,
I'm
he go
not giving
crazy.
up on him because he every time I see him play, he amazed me of just the way he played, the strength he has, and just what he bring to the table, man. And I'm rooting for that guy to get healthy
And let
and really get an opportunity to show what he really can do.
and let me say this while we talking about agents and players and all that relationship. Like, man, listen, for you young kids that's coming up, don't pick the agent that's gonna tell you anything you want to hear and tell you just all this great stuff about you. Pick the agent that's gonna be honest. Just gonna be honest about what flaws you got, what mistakes you made, and tell you when you make a mistake and help you correct it, and tell you what you need to be better at. Like me and D didn't had the same agent from forever. We ain't never had another agent. Never talked about firing our agent, getting another agent. And I met my agent, and he ain't never lied to me. I had all these agents telling me I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna get drafted that, I could get you picked this, and he told me you could be a lottery pick. You could be somewhere between 7 to 18 to 20. This is what's being told to me. Ain't no lies being told. Deal with the people that's gonna be honest with you and gonna do the best job for you. It be too many other narratives out there that I be hearing when people pick their agents and then they fire them for this or fire them for that. And it's like, why did you get with them when you first got them? And then it's like, bro, none of that should have been even in the equation. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like,
deal with somebody who care, not just somebody that you another notch on their belt or another employee or partner that you're using with. Deal with somebody that really care about you and your family's well-being, because mine, that's what I experienced with mine.
And check their track record. Like it's out there for you to see. See what type of deals and stuff they be doing. And if everybody they deal with, what do they think of him? The past people that he was the agent for, what do they think about him? How did he deal with them and their family? That's what you want to really know. Back
Yeah.
to it though. Y'all keep hitting us with the fans questions. We gonna get to that. But listen, who your MVP right now, Black? If you had to choose an MVP.
Uh, Out the East, I would go with Jason Tatum. Uh, Out the West, man, KD back, so I'm rolling with KD.
Yeah, I mean, when you bring that up, I'm gonna leave KD out of it because he just came back from injury last night. I'm gonna say I'm in the East. I'm going Tatum, and in the West, I would say I gotta go SGA.
Yeah,
It's so impressive every time you watch, bro.
it
But
is.
like I'm listen. I'm heavy on the De'Aaron Fox train. I feel like he's overlooked because of the placement of the team and the the time zone and everything. I feel like he don't get his just due. He is going crazy this year, bro. He is going nuts. I don't want to leave him out because he doing something special out there. It's just don't get the visibility and the light. So I want to throw him out there, but if it was just overall, I gotta go JT. The whatever you want to call it, the revenge, the vengeance to it, or prove yourself to it, whatever it is, it's going as expected. He out there being a light skinned assassin, doing what he's supposed to do, making everybody upset.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is it time? Let's get to the fan questions. Start putting them up there. We can put the fan questions up on the Summer Jam screen. We got Kobe Bryant Film Room. What's up, y'all? What do y'all think about OKC? Black,
I
what do you think about OKC?
I love OKC. I love the team. I wish Chet was playing right now. They just
Hate he got hurt right when
got the other
Hartenstein
big
came
man
back,
back,
man.
man. They look like they on the regular schedule of what they left off last year.
Back to
It's
number
it's
one in
it's
the
good
West.
to see them, man. But SGA, man, it's like he's amazing to me, man. He's a amazing player, man. I love watching him play, how he played the game. You one of the best players if you can make that mid range instead of taking all them goddamn deep threes like Steph Curry do.
Hey,
But he's the mid range king, and you can see it. Like he goes to work.
now, what I like about OKC, bro, is like obviously, SGA, an MVP candidate, first team, All NBA, All Star, all of the above, all world talent. That dude, like you know what I'm saying, one of your favorite players. Like watching him play because the way he plays, the way he operates, the way he moves, the way he can shake and bake, like you say, mid range. But the thing for me about their team is they depth, bro. Like they deep at all positions. Like obviously, Chet is banged up right now, so they thin at the big man spot. But like after that, bro, it get treacherous. That wing, they could come 2, 3 deep, 1 through 3 with all two-way dudes that could shoot threes, defend,
They don't
be in
lack.
passing
When you see
lanes,
a
be
sub,
moving.
they don't lack.
It's like we coming with more energy, more of this same thing you was just getting. And it's like
Yeah.
the other thing that is a huge thing for me about their team in particular, because I feel like we got it here in Orlando too, but the way that they rock with each other, bro, the togetherness, the camaraderie, the way that
Yeah.
they celebrate each other, the way that they cheer for each other, the way that they come to the interviews together, we all here, the way they did the Slam magazine, like to me, that speaks to why you could see a game like, yeah, SGA is the alpha, and then probably J Dub is right there. But like on a given night, you might see Isaiah Joe get 25, this guy get 20, this guy, like whoever going, they just let it ride because they rock with each other and they be
Yeah.
jumping up and down, celebrating, doing like you know what I'm saying, celebrations and stuff. Like that's what makes me feel like those type of teams like that, and then they still young. They got a
Hmm.
long way to still build and climb up. So I feel like they
And
got
they got a lot of draft
a
picks.
lot of draft picks to keep adding to it.
Just in case they
Like
might lose one of them dogs, they can go and draft another one next year. Like
Yeah, so
Yeah,
so that's what we think
they in
of
a great
OKC. We
position.
think very
Yeah.
highly of them. Let's get to the next one. Christopher Browns. Christopher Brown, not Browns. You know, black people like put S's on stuff. What teams and players remind you guys of your Clipper teams and yourselves individually? Mm.
Mm.
Who remind you of you, Black? Oh, you know what I'm saying? Who a black out there with the the right to left and then you know you
Um,
weren't really the greatest defender. You was a rim defender. You know, remember what Josh B said. So
straight up. Uh, he don't dunk like me, but I don't know. I just see a lot of me and him, and that's Siakam. I like how Siakam kind of do his thing. Kind of tall guy, be on the perimeter, move around, do a lot, play defense, offense. I like Siakam, so I say Siakam.
um, the team, I would say I still like in Houston to us. Like OKC winning too damn much, and Houston starting to
Yeah,
win too much. Houston starting to get there, but like
yeah.
I would say Houston because they got a whole bunch of young Thundercats that they jockeying for position. Some guys that don't even get to play could really play. I feel like
Hmm.
our team was like that, and the player I don't know, man. I was a rebounding guard that liked to post up more than anything, then just started shooting threes. So I don't know. It's hard for me to pick a player that I think play or that I mirror my game to. I don't know. I can't do that one. Next question. Next question. Amiri said, "Q, can you explain how did you feel mentally during the summer of 2009? Within 50 days, you got traded to Memphis, then the Clips, then Minnesota, then finally the Heat. Did that take a toll on you? Nah. Hey, I'm gonna be real with you, man. This go back to the having great representation. My agent Jeff Wexler, man, he was literally in the know every time I was about to get traded. So like when I first got traded, he had already called me like, yeah, you about to. I'm not sure where yet. Then a little while later, he told me, okay, it's gonna be Memphis. Then when the next trade came, he was like, I was in Chicago the whole time. It was crazy. I only went out to L.A. because I wanted to go to L.A. Went out to L.A. Then I came back after that. Then when I got back, he told me like you about to get traded again to Minnesota. But like he told me it was a possibility going into the summer, going into the off season, because that was a season that everybody was trying to get expiring contracts on their, pick them up, like big expiring contract. In my last season, I was gonna be making like 10 million that year. So it was like that'd be like 10 million coming off the cap.
Big bucks, no whammies.
And everybody was trying to get in position to have cap relief for the that was the summer that LeBron, D Wade, Bosh all did the big three thing. So that was like that year. But the coldest part for me was that, like I say, Jeff was on it. Like, and he literally told me, like, when I went to Minnesota, he said, sit tight. He like, this ain't gonna be the last stop. I gotta figure something out. He was like, but you won't be in Minnesota. He was like, you ain't gotta show up there, you ain't gotta do nothing. And then before everything ended, the final move was to Miami. And I stayed there and played that whole season with them and showed. So mentally I was cool. If you look back in Twitter history, I was tweeting like some jokes and stuff because it was funny at one point. Like it was crazy. Next question, Julian. Jules. Hello, hi Jules. Which recent player edition sneaker is your favorite? Jason Tatum's all day. Easy. That's an easy
Yeah, I
one.
gotta represent
Jason,
the
listen,
Lou.
it ain't even but
JT
like
got the
that's our
best
young
ones.
fella. Listen, this our young fella, but it ain't even about that. It's like when Kyrie had that run with his Kyrie's in the Nike, like the whole league was wearing them. It wasn't like that's our little homie, but we ain't gotta like lie. Like JT done had three straight dope shoes. Like they ain't like the brand ain't missed yet for him. And that's
Hmm.
not always the case. Just because it's your favorite player don't mean his shoe gonna be dope. But JT done had all his versions of his shoes been dope. So I'm gonna go right there. Then AE done came in and shocked the world with his shoes. A lot of people like them, so he could be
Yeah.
probably right there behind him with number two. Next question. Next question. We got Sydney Northcutt. What do you think about DeMar's fit on the Kings so far with the team? I like it.
Yeah, I like his fit. I think he fit right in. He was the perfect player to go and get. DeMar DeRozan is one of them players that can play for all 29 teams.
Yeah.
You don't miss by getting a player like him. So he fit right in perfectly.
Yeah, it don't matter at all. It don't matter at all. He gonna get to it. Okay. We got the stat of the day. Stat of the day, Black. Monday night, Mr. Ball, LaMelo Ball, scored 44 points, becoming the fourth person in NBA history to score 40 in a game and account for more than half his team total points.
Mm.
And I didn't realize he had that was against the Magic too. I think well, yeah, I think I did realize he had more than half their points by the time he got through. That's a crazy stat. What do you think that, Black?
I think that's dope, man. I think LaMelo is a special player. Uh,
He about to average 30 this year.
to me, he's the Pistol Pete of this era.
Appreciate that, Mary. He said, "Great show, fellas. We're gonna be here next week. Yeah, run that
Yeah,
up, sub it up. Tell your friend to tell a friend, man. We here every Tuesday, every Wednesday at 2 p.m.
yeah. He's the Pistol Pete of this era, man. He does stuff that you don't see other
Did
players do.
Black? Did you see the step back he did? This
Oh my
against the Mac. It
God,
was like I'm watching. I'm sitting there. He did the like
with the
that was
one
like a
leg.
yeah. Did to the I said, oh.
Yeah, so he does stuff that other players don't do, and his style of play is totally different. Like I say, he's the Pistol Pete of this era, man. I love seeing him. He's a rhythm player. You know,
Yeah.
he needs that rhythm and needs to play. You know, he's unique. So you just gotta figure it out of how you can turn into winning basketball with him.
All right, man. What's your shout out of the day, Black? Who you got? What you shouting
My
out?
shout out to the day I mentioned them earlier is the Houston Rockets and Ime Udoka. I don't want to
Udoka.
Udoka. Ime, man, shout out to them, man. I just love how they playing. Um, Everybody counting them out for them to be already in the clinch that their cup game. I mean, their cup group is dope. I just like watching them play, man. They're an exciting team and they're out there competing every night, man. Shout out to all them guys that play on that team. Veteran Van Fleet, you know, Illinois guy, the man came through doing this thing, man. But shout out to the Rockets and Ime, man. They doing a great job.
Hey, not mad, not mad, not mad at all of that. I'm still my shout out go to the Magic, man. You know what I'm saying? We lost Paolo Banchero, the superstar, and the team that stepped up. Bro, we didn't went on a win streak. We defending the home court. We balling in the NBA Cup. Coach Mosley doing a under like an unbelievably good job getting them boys up there ready to go. We a third seed in the East, Black. You feel me? We right there. That's home court advantage if it start today. And man, the guys, like I say, the culture, everything with the team is good, man. Salute to them folks. He out there, Coach Mosley getting it done, the Magic getting it done. All the players up and down, and we about to get Paolo back soon. So that's my shout out of the day.
I got one more shout out. Is that
Hey,
cool? Is
two
that
in
cool
one.
with you?
It's your show. It's
All
your show.
right, man.
I'm just here. I'm just here.
Shout out to the WNBA draft. Shout out to the Dallas Wings by getting the number one pick. Everybody thought the Sparks was gonna get number one and they was gonna get Paige. You about to see one of the most dynamic backcourts in WNBA history with Paige and my girl Anika.
Enrique.
Arike, I'm sorry. Arike doing a thing next year.
That's gonna be tough.
That's gonna be a tough backcourt, man, and I'm excited to see it, man. Hopefully they sign Sabali back, and it'll be going down.
All right, man. Well, that's it for this tap in this week, man. Y'all could, check us out here right back Wednesday next week at 2 p.m. For the rest of this week, y'all can tap into that Josh Howard episode that's gonna be playing, and we're gonna be dropping little tidbits every day. But like next week, Wednesday, 2 p.m. Subscribe, run it up. And right now, today at 4:30, y'all can jump on my Twitch, Q Rich, and y'all gonna see all of those crazy Jordan shipments get unboxed live on location. Ain't that right, Black?